Hello, Pisces. Welcome to your reading of December 2023. My name is Dawn. You're listening to Dawn Williams Tarot. Thank you so much for finding your way to my channel. This message is for Sun, Moon, and Rising in Pisces. So if you have placements in those areas, this message may be for you. However, this is a general message. It is not a one-on-one reading. So I would appreciate it if you would just take what resonates and then leave what doesn't, because not all the situations or all the cards are going to, register or hit for you. How are you guys doing? If you're new to my channel, I'd absolutely love it if you would please subscribe and become part of our spiritual community here. We are growing, but it's kind of this very slow growth, and it is whatever it is, and I'm leaving it up to spirit to find you, or you to find me, or however it's supposed to be, right? So I'm actually recording this message on November the 26th, which is Sunday. Tomorrow is the full moon. Some people are saying today's the full moon. I think tomorrow's the full moon. But anyway, the full moon is in Gemini this month, and it will affect the day-to-day activities. It's also affecting communication. So if you have important messages that you are needing to communicate to someone, my suggestion would be, because we're so busy, a lot of times you might say something to someone and they're not really fully paying attention. So if you really have an important message, make sure that you're looking eye to eye. People can understand exactly where you're coming from and what that message may be, okay? Because then that would prevent some miscommunication. The other thing that this full moon is going to be doing for the collective is it's going to be helping with cleansing, releasing, and illumination. So, there's been a lot of information that's been released. It's been, uncovered from things from our dark past. All of those things that are surfacing are really important for us as a community, as a spiritual community, because part of the reason why we are here is to help with this ascension process. Mother Earth is on her way, and it's kind of like either we do the work and help her in her process by, cleaning up all the dark stuff, looking at all of that history and help cleaning up that mess, acknowledging it, recognizing where it came from, why it was there. And that's part of the big heavy lift at this time. Excuse me. I've been having this tickle. Anyway, so that's tomorrow. That energy will be in effect. I mean, I feel as though when we have these big, the eclipses and the big full moons and all that kind of stuff, I feel like those energies lag for a little bit. But one good thing is we are now out of the Scorpio season. Yay! And we are now in Sagittarius energies. So it's going to feel a little bit lighter. December is ruled by Jupiter, which is a very beneficial planet for us. It is a fire sign, Pisces. Some of the things that are manifested, or some of the things that are kind of like the overview for the month, are things like higher learning, teaching and guiding, luck. That's good and bad luck, right? Opportunities, expansion, travel. Travel makes sense because it's the holidays. Our beliefs, our belief systems, expanded awareness, philosophy, spirituality, spiritual concepts and spiritual laws, and higher consciousness. So if you find yourself feeling really overwhelmed over this holiday season, because I don't know about you, but it always feels like you're getting shot out of a cannon in December. There's so much to do, so many obligations, so many people pleasing, all of that kind of stuff. You might want to listen to some music, and it may be music that may be not quite on your playlist, because it's more on the lines of stuff that helps heal and calm your spiritual frequency systems within the body. So it could be chanting, toning, solfeggio music, which really is calibrated to help us heal, our deepest wounds, our inner child. All that stuff is very, very helpful. And the reason why Spirit was giving me this, I feel, is because there are still some things that are going to be surfacing for us to really look at on an individual basis. But if we do the healing on ourselves, even though our attention is out here, if we do the healing on ourselves, then it really helps clear the space. It helps actually everyone who's around you, right? Because you're no longer hanging on to those old wounds and you're allowing those old wounds to heal. So those are just some of the suggestions that Spirit gave me to give to you as suggestions that may help you. So I'm going to do your reading today. I'm going to pull a card from an oracle deck. Then I'm going to do a Celtic cross spread that will tell you kind of what the energies you may be experiencing this month. And then I'm going to pull some angel cards. I'm still working with the archangels this month. I had given my I promised that I would work with them all the way through November in my videos specifically, because I do work with them every day anyway. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so your first card is make some mistakes. At the end of your life, your headstone will not read, never once made a mistake. Your obituary will not list the missteps and failures and moments that still make you cringe years later. You will not be remembered for the worst things you've done or said, and your regrets will all die with you. How freeing. What mistake would you like to make next? Now, the funny thing about these cards is one of the reasons why I liked them is because I really like the shape of them, right? They're kind of cool. But the other thing is because they're very down to earth. I've read some of them and I just laughed. And so I figured, you know what? I'm just going to use these this time. So anyway, your guidance, Pisces, is make some mistakes, because who's going to remember them, right? But you. That's funny. Okay, so now let's do your Celtic cross. I've shuffled these cards quite a bit. I'm going to split the deck so you can see that I didn't stack the deck or anything. And then I'm just going to lay your cards out and tell you what's going on here. Okay. So Pisces, let's see what we got going on. You got the cups. You're a cup person. We do have you represented right in the very center of this reading, because the Knight of Cups represents your energy, Pisces. So here is your energy. Okay. And like I said, this is a card that does represent Pisces energy. This is water energy. The Knight, of course, is the Knight of Cups is one of those people. So this could very well be representing you. This could be representing somebody that's coming in immediately, or somebody that you've just recently met. This is an individual who wears their heart on their sleeve. Could be a romantic type of relationship coming in for you. This is one of those types of people that really like to sweep you off your feet. Quite romantic, very chivalrous. Loves to communicate from that heart space. Okay. And it looks like to me he's bringing you a cup, right? He wants to fill your cup. The other thing about the Knights in Tarot are all about taking action of some kind. So it could very well be that you've been working on a project, you've been working on some things that you would like to manifest in your life. So at this point, what I typically tell people when the Knight shows up is whatever it is that you've been working on, whatever you've been thinking about, whatever you've been planning, now is the time to take action. And this is in the very center of your cards. So stop thinking about it and start planning or start moving forward. What's crossing over you, which is helping or hindering you, is the Star card. Star card is a beautiful card. This card is a card of recognizing all of your hard work. This card is really saying that you've done a lot of work spiritually. You've been working through the dark night of the soul. You may have been doing a lot of healing on things. You may be looking at things a little bit differently. This could be one of those situations where where you even recognize the difference in yourself, right? Because you realize that you've been really knocking it out of the park. This card is also a card about paying attention to your true north. This is about long-term plans and goals, right? So what are your long-term plans and goals? The other thing that when I see this card, especially in these December readings, is one of the things that people typically will do is they'll start working on their resolutions, the changes they'd like to make in their lives as of the first of the year. Spirit keeps telling me, if you are going to make those changes, why do it on that day? And the reason why is because, in a way, that day, the first of the year, that day's kind of set up in a way as a sabotage, because most people don't stick to their resolution. They don't. It's just a fact. Like, oh, I'm going to start going to the gym. And then you go for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, maybe even a month, right? And then surely before you know it, you're not going anymore. Or maybe you're going to change a diet. You're going to do something. Spirit says, don't wait to the first of the year. If you're going to make those changes, commit to those changes today and start what? Taking action. So this has to do with your long-term plans and goals. They may very well be your 5-year plan. Some people are quite ambitious in that way. You know, especially people that are like Gemini, definitely, they like to have the long-term plans. People that really like to know exactly what they're doing every day, right? I think with water, where you're a little bit more fluid and you're not so strict and rigid, where maybe the sword energy would be. But this is a blessing. This is saying that you're being acknowledged by Spirit, and this is definitely helping you. So you might want to really think about what your long-term plans and goals are, because evidently what's happening is things are lining up for you to be able to implement those. Now, where your thoughts are at this time in December, which is another card that represents you, your energy, Pisces, is this Ace of Cups. Now, the Ace of Cups is an energy of being given a gift from the divine. If you look, this is representative as the hand of God coming out and giving you this beautiful cup. And if you look, it's one of those cups that will never ever, it's kind of one of those things where this cup is always filling, it's always full. There is a dove here. This is supposed to be the wafer, right, that you would get if you were going to Mass and they were going to bless you. So this is a blessing. This is a blessing card. And this, of course, does represent your energy, which is all about your emotion. So some type of a new opportunity is coming in for you, Pisces, this month. And this opportunity, I actually feel that there's multiple opportunities coming in that will fit this bill. So it's not like one opportunity is going to come and that's it. Like No, I feel like there's multiple opportunities that are going to come in for you to be able to grab a hold of and do something with. But the thing is it's one of those things where you do have to grab a hold and do something with it. You're going to have to take some kind of an action. But the beautiful thing is that it does represent the heart space. It does represent, you know, a gift from God. So this is a beautiful card for you. Now, what is supporting you is the Fool card. So this to me is a new journey. This is, it feels as though you have completed a cycle in your spiritual evolution. And now you are coming back full circle and you are kind of restoring yourself. You are embracing this energy of willing to take some risks, willing to move forward, willing to put your best foot forward. You're trusting the universe. You've got all this beautiful golden energy here. You've got the sun shining on you, right? So the thing about the Fool is this is a new journey, a new chapter. This individual is very self-aware, very confident in himself. And if you look, he's even willing to walk off the ledge here because he just trusts that whatever is going to happen is going to happen for his best and most powerful outcome. Okay. Now, what you're moving away from, meaning that this is in your immediate past, is the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is a card of conflict. It's a card of angst, and it's a card of winning at all costs, really. So if you look at the card, this guy, he's got two swords here. He's picking up this sword. There's still swords on the ground. These guys have been defeated. They're walking away. They're putting their hand up going, white flag, I'm done. And so what is he doing? He's actually trying to gather up all of those swords so that he can take them with him so he doesn't have to fight them again, right? So this is kind of winning at all costs. So this is either energy that you were experiencing, you were feeling, right? Or maybe there was some kind of a competitive thing where you would win a prize or you'd get a bonus or something like that that would say, okay, I'm gonna go out there. It's going to be a competition. It doesn't necessarily have to mean that it's a competition that was detrimental. It could very much be, just a competition that would allow you to win some extra money for the holidays or win a trip, something like that, something along those lines. But this is in your past. Now, what is immediately coming towards you, which you're going to be feeling, could be feeling it already, is the Four of Cups. Again, more cups energy for you, Pisces, which is really all about your energy. As you can see, this guy has his back up against the tree. These three cups are empty. So he is feeling kind of melancholy because he realizes that his cups are empty and he's not recognizing, because if you look at his body language, he has his arms crossed over his body. He's looking towards these cups and he's not seeing he's not seeing this Ace of Cups, right? This is the gift God's handing you right here. Take that cup because you're being blessed, right? So what this card represents to me for the most part is needing, it's kind of like one of those things. So the fours always represent stability. So it looks as though some of you may be feeling as though you need some emotional stability right now. And one of the things that I will say is that, yes, there's so much out there. You can go down so many rabbit holes, right? There's so much information out there. And what Spirit says is when you feel overwhelmed by the stories that you are uncovering or the things that are coming up, and it is a lot. It truly is a lot. Humanity is really heavy right now. It's a heavy, heavy energy. I'm hoping that with this Sagittarius energy and Jupiter, because Jupiter's it's our biggest planet, right? Isn't Jupiter our biggest planet? I'm hoping that that's going to bring some relief, okay? So if you're struggling, I feel like that's what this is about. This card is also about boredom. This is a card where sometimes people just feel stagnant. They feel as though they don't know what their next step is going to be. So what I'm going to suggest is, because as you can see, there's a gift coming in, and you also got this Ace of Cups. It feels as though that's going to turn around for you really quickly if that's some of the energy that you've been hitting the wall with, okay? So your long-term energy is, for December, is the Seven of Pentacles. This 7 is a card of, so sevens in tarot represent, they represent experience. So it's either gaining experience or utilizing your existing experience. So in this situation, this guy's experiences, he knew how to grow these pentacles. He planted the seeds, he nurtured them, he did all the things. And right now, he's just evaluating whether or not all this work was worth it. So it's kind of like one of those things is all the effort that I'm putting into something going to pay off for me? And as these are pentacles, this would be more monetary. This could be about your job. Some people may be wondering whether or not their day-to-day grind is worth the money that they make, the time they put in, the sacrifices that you make in order to be able just to put food on your table, right? So this card right here is a card of assessing, really assessing the things in your life. And that makes sense because we kind of do that in December anyway, right? Because we want to start these New Year's resolutions. As again, you might want to think about that sooner than wait until January 1st. Okay, your next card is external influences. Now, this has to do with thoughts. This has to do with, this is anxiety. This is anxiety specifically around sleep time. Like, so something is keeping you awake. Things are building up. There's 9 swords here, and this person is in bed and can't sleep. Spirit suggestion has always been you need to flip the conversation in your mind. And if you have things that are bothering you and you're going to bed and you're not sleeping well, you have to realize that you need that rest, because that's what recuperates your body. Your body goes into healing mode during your sleep. So you need as much sleep as you can get. We all have different values of what we need for our sleep. I know I need a lot. I really do. But I'm glad that I don't have this problem of not being able to sleep for the most part. So what Spirit does suggest, though, is if you find that this is the time when things pop up into your mind, is like you're getting ready to go to bed, you've done all the things that, have prepared you, like you've turned off all of your devices an hour before, and you're doing your, you're doing your slow down before you go to sleep. Another thing you can do is you can write down whatever these thoughts are. You can put them on a pad of paper. You can write them, whatever they may be. And the reason why this exercise is important of writing them down is because then you can tell yourself, I've written down these thoughts. There isn't anything I can do with it tonight before I go to sleep because I need rest. I'll pick this pad up again as soon as I wake up in the morning, right? And then give yourself the time to think about those things that are bothering you, that's bothering you and preventing you from sleeping, and see if there isn't ways to be able to find solutions to whatever that is. A lot of times it's just the mental monkey brain that's keeping you awake. whatever it is you're not giving enough time during the day to think about those things, so they surface as you're quieting your body. Okay. Your next card, which is a beautiful card. This is your future feelings, future experiences, and it's the Lover's card. So some of you, like I stated, you have this Knight of Cups, who this is the Knight in shining armor, as representing your energy. You're representing things that will be happening for you. This could very well be that you have a new romance coming in, right? Or a new committed relationship. The other thing about this card is if you're already in a relationship, there may be things that happen this month that deepen the emotional connection between the two of you. This card is also a card about partnerships. So if you're thinking about expanding a business or doing a business, it may very well be that you find someone that you can go into business with, and you both have similar expectations of those business. But there is a lot of love here. This is the love card. This is also a blessing, right, from this angel here. The other thing about this card is also a card of setting healthy boundaries. So it's setting healthy boundaries for yourself, so that other people can know what they can do, what they can't do, where the boundaries are, right? So it's just being honest. And this is also a card for you to be honest with yourself. So if you're not in a relationship and you're not interested in a relationship, it could be a partnership, could be a friendship. The other thing too that I pick up a lot is sometimes this is just a deeper connection to your higher self. I don't see any other cards here connecting with that energy other than the Star card, which is in the center. So it could very well be that you're bringing in a lot more of that information from your higher self that's going to help you navigate through the end of December. And as I was saying, I felt as though you may have had some steps up in your spiritual path that is being recognized by this card. And it could very well be that you're going to start emitting, feeling, spreading more love vibration out there, which would be beautiful because we all need love in our lives. Your final card is the Queen of Swords. Now, this is the no bullshit queen. She is a mental queen. She comes from facts and figures, right? She's very succinct in her communication. She is a very good communicator. She doesn't mince her words. You know exactly where you sit with this woman. She is she's very analytical. She's an analytical person. It's not that she doesn't come from her heart, right? But for the most part, she is mental. She comes from the mind. So this could be somebody that you're going to be working with. This could be you towards the end of the month, because this is your last card that is representing your energy as you move into 2024. You may be wanting that energy kind of as a protective kind of a thing. And the other thing about this is it doesn't not necessarily have to represent just as a queen, because even though it is feminine energy, we all have the masculine, feminine energies within us. It's just what level do we operate from? So if you're a male listening to this message, it could very well be that your badass queen is yourself, and you're just balancing your energies. Okay, you're bringing in a lot more of the feminine energies so that you are more balanced in your being. Okay, so now I'm going to, this looks really good. I don't see anything bad here at all. The only thing that I just, find is this, this nine of swords. And the thing about that nine of swords is that it's temporary. because it is a minor arcana. So if it's bothering you, I don't feel like it's going to bother you for long. You might have a few sleepless nights. So here is my angel deck. It's big, fat. It's bigger than my hands. So I've shuffled it a bunch of times because I have to tear the deck apart, shuffle, and then mix, and then shuffle some more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split the deck, and you can watch me. I'm going to split the deck. And I'm going to take the top card. And I'm going to take the bottom card. And then I'm going to make sure the deck is all put together again. And then I'm going to do the same thing. Split the deck. I'm going to take the top card. And I'm going to take the bottom card. And those will be your cards. Now let's read them. Okay, so number 15, this is decision. This is Archangel Yophael. Release yourself from that which holds you back. You need to detox. Unnecessary worry based on a lack of self-confidence. So that might be this unnecessary worry that she's talking about here. But I'm not sure about the confidence. I don't see anything in here that talks about confidence. But I'm not going to question, right? Because that might hit some of you. Maybe some of you don't feel as though you're very confident right now. But anyway, look how beautiful her energy is. No, you can't really see it that well. You see it better like that. So, okay. The next card is Ace. So this is another gift, Ace of Gabriel. This is a gift of passion, opportunity, and inspiration. A chance to do something amazing, a sense of wonder. So I would equate this kind of like this card to the Ace of Wands, right? So the Ace of Wands is that same thing. It's the thing that really sparks your creativity, sparks your passion, sparks your intuition, sparks your motivation, those types of things. So this is a gift from Gabriel. Your next card is 12, Perspective, Archangel Camuel. There's a better way. Pause for reflection and insight, and dare to be different. And then your last card is the Page of Raphael. And this is about gentle, loving, dreamy, and open-hearted. So this kind of represents your energy, right? Because you're kind of the cups. A new emotional situation. Messages regarding relationships or social invitations. Great intuitive insights. So I really feel that this really taps into this energy right here, right? This beautiful gift that's coming in. And again, you have the gift coming in. So it's a new emotional situation, messages regarding relationships or social invitations. That makes sense. It's Christmas. Everybody likes to get together with their friends. This has been a beautiful reading, Pisces. Again, like and subscribe. Thank you so much for being here. I'll be with you again soon. Until then, enjoy your month and take very good care of you. Cheers.